This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers and listeners of INC Radio Virginia Satellite Studio. I'm your sister Lorraine Loinco Manabat, live here in Clayton, North Carolina. Our topic for today is injury prevention. Stay safe and stay strong. Go ahead, Brother Andrew.
I'm excited to be here live from High Point. And remember, Brother Carl will give us some fantastic tips so that we can reduce our injury. I'm excited to hear what we're going to say in our chat. We have some true and false questions we'll be asking whenever you're ready for those, Sister Lorraine. But first, I'd like to meet our guest.
Yes, our dear guest was our previous guest on our episode of Wellness Tips from our physical therapist. And of course, we have a lot of questions. And regarding with injury prevention, we would like to hear a professional answer coming from our professional guest. We would like to introduce to you our dear guest for this episode. He is an active officer in the local congregation of South Atlanta, Georgia. He is a licensed physical therapist in Georgia. Let us all welcome Brother Carl Maglanke.
Hello, everyone. Po, I'm Brother Carl. Nice to be with you again. I'm happy to provide information, Po, and especially preventing injuries for everyone, Po.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm really excited too because I want to know the proper balance of stretching, working out, what pain should tell me, and so many more questions that I'm sure you'll touch on that will be of great benefit to all of us, Brother Carl.
Yes, and to all our viewers and listeners, if you have any questions, just type in on our live chat, including your hashtag. So, Brother Carl, there's a lot of questions we have received last episode with you. So today we're going to let our viewers and our listeners type their answers here in our quick true or false. Thank you so much, Kuya Tech, for flashing right now our true or false. So let's start on the first one, Brother Carl. Before you answer, we will give 1 minute to our viewers in the live chat. Are you ready? I can see Sister Amy, Sister Ethel, Brother Eddie, Sister Josephine, Brother Mario Oka right now in our live chat. Let us let us answer this first one. Team live chat. True or false? You should stretch only after a workout, not before. Type in your answer. Is this true? Do we need to stretch before any workout or false? We don't need stretch. Go ahead and type in our live chat. I see Brother Andrew. He said false also, stretch before. Okay, type in your answers. Why do you think it's true or why do you think it's false? Maybe my mom told me that before, so I believe that I don't need a stretch. Oh, Brother Andrew, we have Sister Amy said hashtag Charlotte, it's false. So let's hear from our professional, Brother Carl.
Yeah, it's like everybody knows, Po, stretching is very helpful for, any sport and any activity. But most people think it's just either in the beginning or either on at the end. But as a professional, Po, based on my experience with all athletes that I've worked with, Po, it's always best to do it before and after. When you do it before, you're letting the muscles be ready for action. You prime them, they're ready to be lengthened. And because, when they contract, they move the fibers. So if they're stretched out, they're very easily available for movement. And if they're not, you're getting them ready for an injury. So it's better to do it before and after.
And
All
one revision to that, Brother Carl, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in a track meet and you're running several events, I even stretch between the track events and not just before and after, but in between the events. If you're running, let's say, the 400 meter, the 800, and the 4x400, for instance.
Exactly, brother Andrew. Very good with that, Paul. Because if you think about the muscle fibers that go back and forth with each other, fluids also go in and out, and some of the muscle activity has fluid buildup. Some of them, like lactic acid, might stay there, and it can cause pain down the road. So if you're always stretching them, even before, even in the middle, if you have to, if it's a long activity, it will be very helpful.
All right. Thank you, Brother Carl. So, on our second one, type if it's true or false. Soreness is always good, a sign of progress. Again, soreness is always good, a sign of progress. Is it true or false? So that means if I have a lot of soreness and, like proof that I worked out a lot, is that a sign of progress? So let us type in right now. Is it true or false? Sister Anna Blash, type it. Do we believe on that? Again, we have Sister Wilfreda. We have our brother from South Atlanta. It's true. Sister Ethel said not always. So let's hear, Brother Carl.
Yeah, so we've heard the saying "no pain, no gain." So it's coming from bodybuilders. So they like to kind of torture their bodies. They feel like the more pain they have afterwards, the more muscles they build. But the thing is, it's not always the case, Paul. Especially if you're not an advanced athlete, you'd rather not have pain too much after that because it will affect you, Paul, in the long run. So this pain usually, some of them are called delayed onset of muscle soreness. So when you exercise and the muscles were not used to that kind of activity, the body thinks, oh, we're injured. So they're going to send fluids into that, some swelling on that muscle and even the joints. So they feel sore. But it's just the way of the body repairing. So if it's too painful and it prevents you from doing the activity again the next day or the next activity, planned activity, it will not be effective on your part. So pain is okay at a certain level, but if it's too much, it's not a good thing. You might have to see a doctor.
Uh-oh. Okay, you heard that from Brother Carl. Let's go on with our last one. Wearing the wrong shoes can lead to injury. Wearing the wrong shoes can lead to injury. Is that true or false? Of course, those girls like me who wear, fashionable shoes. Let's ask Brother Carl if that might be an excuse. Type in on our live chat. Is it true or false that wearing the wrong shoes can lead to injury? It's true, according to Sister Ethel from Raleigh. We also have Sister Wilfreda, Sister Josephine, true. South Atlanta said true. Brother Eddie Zacharias, Charlotte from Sister Anna Blash, and Sister Teresa Macon. All right. So, Brother Carl, are they correct?
So if any of you here are athletes, you already know that you have to wear the right shoe for the right sports. But for us, weekend warriors, regular people, we think that whatever looks good is what we will use. But you have to make sure for whatever you want to do. Like, for example, pickleball and tennis. You can wear the same shoe for that because they have a different shape. So it prevents you from a certain kind of movement. For example, if you play tennis, you run side to side, forward, backward. So it has a wider base of support. It prevents the ankle from rolling. If you have a cross-training shoes like the generic sports shoes, it's good for running forward or even backwards, but it does not prevent you from rolling your ankle. So you have to make sure you wear the right shoe for a certain activity. And if you have questions, I know most of the shoe stores, they have experts there that you can ask. You can also go online and look for different kinds of sources.
That's very true, Brother Carl. It's better to save up buying those specific shoes on each activity that you're going to do instead of spending a lot of buying medicine, therapy. So,
Exactly.
so I think just be be informative with everything that you're gonna do. And I think Brother Carl will help us more with our discussion right now. Kuya Tech, may we ask you to flash our slides right now as Brother Carl will discuss our key principles of injury prevention.
Well, thank you for that, Kuya Tekpo. I think this came from the American College of Sports Medicine. So the first slide talks about the warm up and cool down. So we already talked about how important stretching is, but it's also important to warm up the body. So before anything, if you think about driving a car, you have to let the car engine start for a few seconds and minutes po. So that means the gasoline is where it needs to be, and when the gears have moved already, the oil is there. So the body is like that po. If the body is already warmed up, the blood is already on in the muscle. So once you move, it's ready for action. But if you just like from sitting down for a while and then jumped into a sport, you will definitely tear a muscle or a ligament somewhere there. So it's very important that you do that. For cool down is also important because anything that overheats and it's used a lot, you need to cool it down first before you go back to normal activities. So like think of a hot plate and then you put it on cold water, it might explode. And even for our hearts, our heart rate goes up when you do a lot of activities. You want the heart to calm down first before you go back to regular activities. Next slide, Paul. Okay, yeah. Ergonomics matter, the setup of workspaces, and avoiding it helps with the posture and everything. So ergonomics basically is how the body is positioned in relation to your environment. So if you work with a computer and you have a table, you want to make sure that your chairs position you upright. If you can see, but maybe later, I'm sitting on an ergonomic chair. It's almost like a kneeling down chair, so it always makes me upright. For example, even in sports ball, make sure that whatever you use there are within your body type. So there are like sports that modifies their gears for you, so you make sure that it's perfect fit. So if it doesn't suit you well, it's gonna be the recipe for disaster. Next slide, Paul. Make sure that it's a safe environment. Remove tripping hazards. Areas are well lit and clutter free. The first thing that comes into my mind, boy, is outdoor pickleball. I play pickleball a lot, Paul. So if you play outdoor pickleball, sometimes there are a lot of leaves, branches, twigs in there. So of course you toss them aside. But sometimes you have some small stones there. It can cause be a tripping hazard. So make sure it's clear. When you also work in a gym or in other exercise places like a basketball place, make sure you have a good lighting so you see everything around you, because sometimes there are wet spots there. It could lead to some slippage. Sometimes there are also other things that can cause unwanted injuries. So make sure everything is clean and safe for everyone.
Brother Carl, if I could chime in, if you're bicycling, please watch for gravel. That's a very painful hazard if you don't notice it.
Exactly. Thank you for that, brother Andrew. Yeah, because cycling is such a fun sport, but you also have to make sure you're safe on the road. Okay, next slide, Pokuya. The use of proper equipment. We've already touched about the proper shoes earlier, but there are also other gears that you have to make sure you use, like pads, helmets, and other stuff. So sometimes you forget yours, you borrow someone else's, make sure they still fit, because you don't want to wear something too loose, and it might even be more dangerous if that's the case. You also have to maintain your tools and the gears in sports. I can think about like what Brother Andrew said, cycling. Make sure the bicycles are well oiled, when you play other sports like football, make sure that whatever your the shoelaces are well tied and the helmets are fitting you well. Other sports like tennis, you want to make sure that the handle grips are still well properly placed, because you don't want to hit and then lose the racket along the way. So simple stuff like that, it's going to be helpful for you.
Brother Carl, Sister Josephine Zakaria says, how long can I use my walking shoes?
Good question, Sister Josephine. Walking shoes, and it's like, think of it like a tire. So with the tire, you have to do the dime test. Is that it? You put the coin, you see how the threads are looking.
Right.
So when you look at the bottom of your shoe, you should see the lines still are present. So you can let a little bit of wear and tear on that one. But once it looks like it's more flat on one side and it makes you slide on that part particularly, I would say invest on a new pair. It's important that you make sure that you look at the soles. Thank you for asking that. Well, because people forget, I was already wore out.
And another thing is, when you're selecting your shoes, make sure they were designed for what you're doing. If your shoe is so flat that it looks like a wax floor, it's probably not going to give you much traction.
Yes. So there are indoor, outdoor versions of any shoe ball. So it's best to ask the salesperson there or the consultants ball. Even in the one that the play soccer, the cleats, you want to make sure that the shoes are able to get good traction on the ground because you don't want unwanted slippage, Paul.
All right, let's go on with our next slide, Kitek.
And last but not the least, Paul, listen to your body. Remember earlier we said people like the no pain, no gain. Mostly when we say pain, it's the body's way of telling us that the body is not in a good condition. So when you have pain, make sure you rest, let your body heal a little bit. Also, when you feel like you're tired, I had an experience with one of our brothers while we were playing pickleball. It's such a hot day, and you feel like I can still go, I can still play, but you feel like you're feverish and you're having a hard time breathing. I think you're having a heat stroke. So you have to make sure you listen to your body. The mind might want to keep playing, but the body is telling you we need to take a break. On that note, though, if you play outdoors, I would say bring that the cups that are thermal so you can keep it cooler longer. So it's not just because you like cold water, but on a hot day, it's nice to cool down your core temperature.
And Sister Benilda Caballada, Virginia Beach asks, if one is suffering from knee pain, is it okay to walk for exercise? How long?
Very good question, Paul. For knee pain, Paul, I usually say brisk walking is the best exercise because it's not as heavy on your joint. But make sure, Paul, that the pacing and timing is based on how you can tolerate the pain. On that note, Paul, if you think that the pain is severe, make sure you consult a doctor. But if it's mild to moderate, maybe look up some of the hip exercises. It can be knee hugs. For I can show it later. Knee hugs like that. Very simple. You can bring your knee to your chest, lying down on the floor. It's just gonna loosen up your low back and your hip. Simple things that you can do on a regular basis, Paul.
And Brother Mike Blash asks, what is the proper cool down period after a walk?
Oh, thank you, Brother Mike, for asking that question. There is no specific like amount of time, but I would say it would depend on the length of walk that you did. So if it's an hour long walk or 30 minutes walk, 20-minute walk, at least 5 minutes of slow walking, just let your heart rate normalize again. Maybe 2 minutes is also good if it's such a short walk anyway. But 2 to 5 minutes is going to be a good formula already, Paul. And it's a slower pace of walk, and make sure that you're in a more relaxed state, like breathe in, breathe out kind of thing.
Yes, Brother Carl. We have another question from Sister Ethel Constantino. How to maintain proper posture all the time? Hashtag rally.
Oh, thank you for that question, Paul. So proper posture, some studies show, Paul, it's more on how you feel about yourself. So it's more like confidence, but it's also mechanical, Paul. So if you really want to feel like you were more upright, I would say start at looking at a full body mirror. Check yourself. Typical saying, shoulders back, stomach in, and then make sure you feel like something is pulling you upwards, Paul. And then a good workout, an easy workout for that, Paul, I would always recommend leaning on a wall, and then just let your shoulders touch the wall, the back of the head, and the butt. So just lean there for a few seconds, and then feel yourself stretch down. Stay there for 10 to 20 seconds, 3 times. It will help your body get that sense of upright positioning.
I love what Sister Ethel said here, holding hands while walking, hashtag rally. Of course, you have to hold hands to your family, your loved ones, your relatives. Is that right, Brother Carl, to be happy while you're doing those exercises together with your loved
Exactly.
ones?
As a physical therapist, Paul, I always say, do what you love. Do not do what the other people do because of, just it's the trend or whatever. If it makes you feel good, like holding hands while walking, and will make you do it more often, Paul, go for it, Paul. That's always fun to do.
And we also have last question from our brothers and sisters there in Macon. What should we eat to gain more muscles, Brother Carl?
Oh, I am an advocate of that, Paul. So I work with older people, Paul. So my patient range from 50 onwards, Paul. Even at that age, I still say protein is your best friend. So if you are an athlete, Paul, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of lean body weight, Paul. But if you're a regular person, maybe zero 0.5 to zero 0.8 is good. So let's say you're 100 pounds, maybe 100 grams is good for you if you want to be muscular, but maybe 80 grams is going to be a good suggestion for that day. That will help you gain muscle for sure, Paul.
Sister Gail Bautista says, what is a simple stretch we can do after a long period of sitting in front of the computer?
Oh, that's a good question, Sister Gail. So when you sit in front of a computer, so mostly your hips are at a 90-degree angle. Sometimes you slouch, Paul. So my number one muscle to stretch that there, Paul, is your low back muscle and your glutes. So if I can stand up, Paul. So maybe this low back, Paul, and also the glutes part. So that's the single knee hugs that I was telling about, Paul. So if you want to do it in standing, lean on a wall. You want to do it laying down, you can do that as well, Paul.
Brother Carl, also from Sister Amy, how many minutes walking each day is recommended?
So Sister Amy, so most of the cardiovascular surgeon would say at least 10 to 20 minutes a day. That will already be good. But I would say if you want to bump it up, 20 to 30 minutes will give you a level of fitness that will be uh, good for any age level. So this is brisk walking. That's why if you want to invest on a walking pad, watch your favorite show. One episode of a 30-minute show, it's good for you.
Thank you so much, Bo.
Sister Joy Jatomo says, in case of an injury, such as spraining your foot, what is the best thing to do? Hot compress or cold compress? Or do you do hot and cold at different times?
A good question, Sister Joy. So normally, Paul, if it's a fresh injury, we say cold compress is your best friend. The warm compress goes for long-term chronic condition, Paul. So anytime you need what do you call that, a repair, cold compress is your best friend. So even if it happens multiple times but different times, cold compress, Paul.
Thank you so much, Brother Carl. We appreciate all your time. As Brother Darwin Johnson said, we love all that you do for us to share and educate. Keep up the good work, brother, from North Atlanta. That's our guest coming from South Atlanta, Georgia, our physical therapist, licensed physical therapist. Thank you so much. I think we have another one coming from Createch. Is it true if we are barefoot walking is good to our health? Last, Brother Carl.
Oh, thank you, Kritik, for that great question, Paul. I'm an advocate of barefoot walking, to be honest. But studies suggest that it's called grounding, Paul. So you can walk on grass. The only thing, Paul, is we live in the city. Sometimes there are like debris on the ground. So I don't want you to get tetanus or whatever infection. But if you have your own yard, you have a grass or park that you can safely walk barefoot, Paul, that's really great. You feel nature's energy and you feel the ground. The body is able to use its sensation there, and it kind of helps the body to regulate better.
Thank you so much, Brother Carl. We are really thankful for all your inputs, Brother Carl. And it's not second part. We'll have another episode with you, Brother Carl. This is not a goodbye, but we want to hear your greetings and your shout outs now.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul. I have a lot here. But I want to say hi to our resident worker, Brother Jeremy, and my sister Nika, my buddies Gillen and Kyle, especially Mart and Melissa, and the Cahucom family, Torres family, Cruz family, Sermana and Jatomo. I want to say hi to the District Castillo President of Florida, Sister Cassandra. I think she's online. Sister Emerald of Forest Hills, Sister Hannah Laura of Richmond, Virginia, Sister Aurea of Canada, and also Brother Carlo Felix from the Philippines. Thank you, Paul.
Yay! Thank you so much, Brother Carl. And let us all hear all the activities here in the District of Virginia with our CFO in action with Brother Mike Flash and Brother Andrew.
CFO in action.
Thank you, Kuya Tech and Brother Mike Blash. Now, Monday, August 11th, the ministers will be well fed here in High Point before they work on their EVM Cup at the Rise Indoor Sports Center and some bowling to follow. On August 17th, Sunday, we have Unity Games Kickball. Looking forward to that. And on August 24th, Sunday, we have Benhi Time to Draw. That should be a lot of fun. And the big one, August 31st, Sunday at 5 p.m., Musical Evangelical Mission Raleigh at the A.J. Fletcher Opera Theater. See y'all there.
Let us all congratulate all the winners of our hashtag challenge with Sister Lane.
Here are all our winners for the hashtag challenge. 5th place, Fayetteville, North Carolina. 4th place, South Atlanta, Georgia. 3rd place, High Point, North Carolina. 2nd place, Macon, Georgia. And 1st place, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yay! Woo-hoo! Congratulations to all our winners. See you all again next week in our hashtag challenge.
Thank you so much, Sister Dane, and to all our Kuya Tech on board. First, we would like to thank everybody who watched this episode. Please send this to your loved ones, to your relatives, so they may benefit also of what we have learned for today. We would like to, again, say thank you to our dear guests. Of course, before we say our thank yous, we would like to say to all our viewers in the live chat that are very, very active with our chat. We have Brother Junan Cheta, Brother Mike Blash, Sister Wilfreda, Sister Teresa Council, Sister Vanilda Caviat, Brother Mark L, Sister Yolanda Pascual, Sister Aimee Idao, Sister Hannah Lor Blando, Sister Josephine Zacarias, Sister Joy Gitomo. We have Martin Vanessa Otico, Sister Marie Deland, Brother Darwin Johnson again, Sister Dale Bautista, Sister Carissa Salas, and Brother Ramil Salas. Thank you so much. And Sister Emerald Jane Vidad saying hi to Brother Carl. Thank you so much to all our viewers and in the live chat. Maraming salamat po. And of course, INCRadio would not be possible without thanking our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, our Executive Producer, Brother Manly Andaya, our District Supervising Minister, Brother Stephen Ascension Jr., our CFO Overseer, Brother Melvin Bayangawan, our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Denzel Ven Malapit, of course, Brother Ray Demes, our Assistant District Supervising Minister, and to all our officers, church officers there in the whole District of Virginia, maraming salamat po. We'll see you all next week. Bye!
Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Brother Carl.
Thank you so much for having me, po. Stay safe and stay strong. Let's all be active, po.
Yes, thank you.